السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. وأشهد أن محمدًا عبد الله ورسوله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، يقول الله تعالى في القرآن الكريم بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in Surah An-Nisa بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in Surah Al-Ahzab بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. My dear brothers and sisters of Islam, I began by saying all praises, all gratitude, and all thanks belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we seek refuge in Allah from the sin that we commit and the faults within ourselves. Whoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided, no one could misguide, and whoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lead astray, no one could guide. We bear witness there is no deity worthy to worship except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we bear witness indeed Prophet Muhammad alayhi afdal as-salam, his final and his last message. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless Prophet Muhammad and his family and whoever follow him until the day of judgment. I shared with you a couple of verses from the Holy Quran. The first verse from Surah Al-Imran. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, "O you believe, fear Allah as you should be feared and die not unless you are in the state of Islam." The second verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he addressed us a little bit differently by saying, O mankind. When he said, Ya ayyuhan nasu, he's talking to every human being regardless what is your religion is. So you need to pay attention when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya ayyuhan nasu. He did not exclude anyone. He's including every creation he created, and he says, O mankind, fear your Lord, the one who he said, O mankind, fear your Lord, the one he created you from one single soul, and from it he created his mate, and from both of them he created multiple men and women. And fear your Lord, and do not cut the relationship of the womb. Allah is watching you. From Surah Al-Ahzab, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, who you believe. Fear Allah and speak the truth. And if you do so, He will correct and forgive your bad deeds. And whoever obeys Allah and His Messenger will achieve a great success. My dear brothers and sisters of Islam, today our khutbah, inshallah, it will be about al-tariq ila al-jannah, the roadmap to Jennatul Firdaus al-A'la. If I ask anyone today, brother or sister, who wants to go Jennatul Firdaus al-A'la, without a doubt in my mind, every one of you without a doubt, you're going to raise your hand and say, I want to go to Jennatul Firdaus. Of course. And if I ask you who would like to have a house on the beach, water in your backyard, sand in your backyard, and a little boat there, of course, every one of you, brother and sister, I want that desire too, because it's something very nice. So, brother and sister, what you want, because you want it, is not going to happen unless you work toward it. You may find it hard, you may find it easy, it depends on what you do. So there is no, brother and sister, there is no free ride, there is no free Jennatul Firdaus. It reminds me of my daughter when she was about 6-7 years old, and her name is Marwa, and she was asking me, Baba, if we ever go to Jennatul Firdaus, do we have to pay for everything in the Jannah, or everything is going to be free? Immediately I answered without thinking, I said, no, everything is going to be free in Jennatul Firdaus. And a few minutes later, I corrected myself to no, there's nothing that's going to be free in Jennatul Firdaus. So what she was asking me, she was paying to, are we going to have credit card, cash, and pay for things in Jennatul Firdaus? And then of course I said, no, everything is free. But when in reality, you look at it, brother and sister, there is nothing free in Jennatul Firdaus. Why I'm saying there is nothing free in Jennatul Firdaus? Because we have to pay for Jennatul Firdaus in advance while you are living on the earth. You have to pay for it before you get there. There is nothing is free, brother and sister. So I did this, and just like, for example, if you want to be a doctor, engineer, attorney, those high-paying jobs, because you want it, that is going to happen by itself? No. You have to study. You have to study really hard. You have to meet your friends. You have to stay up at night. You have to leave things. And then, in order for you to practice law or to practice medicine, you have to pass that test and have a certificate, and then you could practice. The same thing, brother and sister, we are going through a test right now on earth. And whoever passed that test, and then you will enter Jennatul Firdaus. I was doing, brother and sister, some research in the Holy Quran, how we can get Jennatul Firdaus. And I ran into Surah Al-Mu'minun, which is chapter 23, Al-Mu'minun, number 23. And I found in that surah is only 7 things that you have to do in order to go to Jennatul Firdaus al-A'la, according to the Holy Quran. And I'm going to share those 7 things with you, but please pay attention, because it will help you a great deal, and you can share it with your loved ones as well. بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قد أفلح المؤمنون. What is the word أفلح came from? What is the meaning? أفلح, brother and sister, you heard that Mu'adhin earlier, he said is coming from falah means success. So حي على الفلاح, another word salat is success. حي على الفلاح. قد أفلح المؤمنون. من هم المؤمنون brother and sister? المؤمنون من آمن بالله وبرسله واليوم الآخر. Those and the which is المؤمنون are the one who believe in Allah is one and who believe in His books and messenger and the day of judgment day. So brother and sister, we are halfway to Jennatul Firdaus. So let's look at what is the second half to Jennatul Firdaus. I'm going to go through those with you and please pay attention. الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describing هم. من هم؟ الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون. ما هو الخشوع brother and sister? The one Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about. Al-khushu' brother and sister, you have to pray when you are humble. Not to be fidgety, to look at right and left, fixing your hair, fixing your pants, thinking what I'm going to do after Salah. Or while you are sitting here, your body is here, but your mind is outside. There is no khushu' to Salah. So you have to pray just like you have to understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching you. If you cannot see Him, He is seeing you. So you have to think, how can I be the khushu'? Allah is standing in front of me. And also the sister, when they are praying or sitting here, we're going to be thinking, what I'm going to cook when I get home? Who's going to get the children while we are praying? So you are distracted by the outside world. You need to block the outside world, brother and sister. This way you can obtain the ultimate khushu' that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is putting as a requirement, brother and sister. And then also, when you are prostrated, when you are praying by yourself, do not be like the woodpecker. When you prostrate and say, Subhana Rabbi al-A'la, you're supposed to pause between them. Subhana Rabbi al-A'la, Subhana Rabbi al-A'la, Subhana Rabbi al-A'la. 3 times, do not be like the woodpecker. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, when you pray, do not pray like the woodpecker. You go down and up and it's done. No, don't do that. And then what after this? وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنِ اللَّغْوِ مُعْرِضُونَ. ما هو اللغو, brother and sister? Allaghu is backbiting, vague conversation, talking about another person when he is absent. Do not do that, because this is one of the rules and regulation that for you to go to Jennatul Firdaus, you have to refrain from allaghu, talking about someone who is absent, and also listening to someone. Cut him off in a nice way. My dear brother, this is laghu. I don't want to listen to it because it's one of the rules and regulations in order to go to Jennatul Firdaus. So you're not supposed to also listen because you're putting wood in the fire to keep the fire going. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِلزَّكَاةِ فَاعِلُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He put another condition. What you have to do, you have to pay your zakat. Pay on time, brother and sister. Zakat is one of the 5 pillars to be Muslim. So you've got to do your zakat, do it correctly. And the zakat, brother and sister, to spend, it has been mentioned in the Holy Quran at least 184 times. And you will find, وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ. You will find constantly, right after another 90% of the time, you will find the salah and the zakat, they are following one another. وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ. So pay attention to that. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِفُرُوجِهِمْ حَافِظُونَ. Another condition. إِلَّا عَلَى أَزْوَاجِهِمْ أَوْ مَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُهُمْ فَإِنَّهُمْ غَيْرُ مَلُومِينَ. The one, brother and sister, is referring to you're not supposed to have any sexual contact with anyone except your spouse. You have to guard your chastity. No sexual contact with anyone except your spouse. This is one of the rules and regulations in order to go to Jennatul Firdaus. فَمَنِ اتَّقَى اللَّهَ ذَلِكَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْعَادُونَ. Whoever does not follow these regulations that Allah put on us, he will be among the transgressors, brother and sister. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِأَمَانَاتِهِمْ وعهدهم راعون. Another two conditions here. لأماناتهم وعهدهم راعون. Brother and sister, what is لأماناتهم? You know, we need to remember that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he was known to be al-Amin. If you want to say something for a certain amount of time, go to the Amin. Rasulullah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as a condition, you have to be trustworthy in order to go to Jennatul Firdaus. وعهدهم راعون. ما هو العهد, brother and sister? This is another condition. Al-ahd is when you have a covenant with someone and you say, I'm going to do this tomorrow with you at this amount of time, or you have a covenant with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if He cured my son or cured me from whatever illness I have, I will slaughter a cow, I will heal the masjid, and you will not fulfill your ahd with Allah or with your brother or sister. So it's again, you have to be doing exactly that correctly in order to go to Jennatul Firdaus, brother and sister. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَلَى صَلَوَاتِهِمْ يُحَافِظُونَ. If you pay attention, we started with Salah, was a condition, and we're going to be ending with Salah. What is this thing, brother and sister, in your mind? That Salah is very, very important to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To God your Salah. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَلَى صَلَوَاتِهِمْ يُحَافِظُونَ. ما هي المحافظة على الصلاة? Guarding your Salah. Do not combine Al-Asr, Al-Maghrib, Al-Isha all together the end of the day. This is not محافظة على الصلاة. You have to do your Salah and your prayer on time. Unless you have a valid excuse that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know, He may accept it from you. المحافظة على الصلاة. You can, brother and sister, you could skip doing Hajj because it's فَمَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ إِلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا. You could skip Zakah if you have no money. You could skip Siyam if you are sick. But when it comes to Salah, you cannot skip it. Because even if you have no water, you could use dust to do wudu. If you lay on your back in the hospital, you still could pray while you lay on your back. There is no excuse for you say, I cannot pray. Because it's very, very important. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He may remind you, وَمَا خَلَقُوا سُورَةَ الذَّارِيَاتِ بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وَمَا خَلَقُوا الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. Brother and sister, we have been created for one thing, and one thing only is to pray to the one and the only God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And also I'd like to share with you from Surah An-Nisa بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إِنَّ الصَّلَاةَ كَانَتْ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ كِتَابًا مَوْقُوتًا. So you have to pray on time. It has been prescribed on us that we must pray on time. Now let's continue with Surah Al-Mu'minun. أولئك هم الوارثون. أولئك هم الوارثون. You become the inheritor. What is the word inheritor is? Inherit, brother and sister, when your dad or your parent pass away, and then you inherit that whatever left among your brother and sister, and then it becomes yours forever. You become the inheritor. أولئك هم الوارثون. وارثون what? Let's continue. الذين يرثون الفردوس هم فيها خالدون. Here is your target. Again, الذين يرثون الفردوس هم فيها خالدون. What is خالدون? Is it for a day or a month or a year? No, خالدون, brother and sister, is forever. Become yours according to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala في سورة المؤمنون القرآن الكريم. So what we need to do, those seven items, and inshallah your destination will be Jennatul Firdaus. Also, I would like to share with you from Surah Al-Imran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, وَسَارِعُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ وَجَنَّةٍ عَرْضُهَا السَّمَاوَاتُ وَالْأَرْضُ أُعِدَّتْ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Okay? أُعِدَّتْ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. لو أعد برأس الرسالة من حيث among yourself, جنة عرضها السماوات والأرض. It's so big. Alright, that means is be prepared للمتقين. من هم المتقين? You want to be among them, of course. Let us see, who are they? الذين ينفقون في السراء والضراء والقادمين الغيظ والعافين عن الناس والله يحب المحسنين. He described who they are. The one they spend when they have a hard time and hardship and difficulty, and they spend في سبيل الله. Okay, and also the one they have ease and still spend في سبيل الله. And the one they hold their anger, and the one they forgive others. So those are the one Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described their system. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He knows how He created us, and He knows we're going to make mistakes. He knows we're not going to go straight. We're going to have one road sometime. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He knows that, and He tells us في سورة هود بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وأقم الصلاة طرفي النهار وزلفا من الليل إن الحسنات يذهبن السيئات ذلك ذكرى للذاكرين. The good deeds erases bad deeds, brother and sister. Good deeds erases bad deeds. So what you have to do, increase from your good deeds. This way you can eliminate the bad deeds to take over. And also we need to understand how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, brother and sister, is going to judge us. Very, very important. If you don't understand how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will judge you, you are in big trouble. Or if, for example, if you have a court case in a court and you don't understand the law, you don't understand how the court system is, and you go into a case, you're going to be in deeper trouble. So you need to understand how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to judge you. And again, I'm going to share it with you again from Surah Al-Mu'minun, which is chapter 23. Okay? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us how He's going to judge us. I'm going to explain it to you, and then I will read it from you from the Holy Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to put your good deeds in one side of the scale, and your bad deeds in the other side of the scale. He knows you're going to have some bad deeds. It's not good for Him. And then if your good deeds weigh more, you're going to go to heaven, inshallah. If your bad deeds weigh more, you're going to go to the hellfire. And let me share that with you. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فمن ثقلت موازينه فأولئك هم المفلحون ومن خفت موازينه فأولئك الذين خسروا أنفسهم في جهنم خالدون. Here it is. You're going to say, God, give me another chance. I need help. Please give me another chance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could remind you, أَلَمْ تَكُنْ آيَاتِي تُتْلَى عَلَيْكُمْ فَكُنْتُمْ بِهَا تُكَذِّبُونَ. Isn't it my verse that used to be recited to you and used to deny, look the other way, act like you're not listening to it? So brother and sister, this is a good chance that you need to wake up and make sure your scale is in the good deeds. Yeah, you heard it many, many times when you do something. What does the other brother tell you? Allah yaj'al mizan hasanat, brother. It's a beautiful, beautiful dua. So every night, brother and sister, I would recommend, before you go to bed, lay down in your bed about to sleep. Think, how many good deeds did you do today? And how many bad deeds also you earned today? And see what your scale is in the good. You make sure that your good deeds is way more. Do not fool yourself. Make sure your good deeds is way more. And if you think you are short, you are on the border, very easy. Pray more, fast, you don't have to wait for Ramadan. Give charity, help the sadaqah jariyah like your masjid. There's so many ways you can catch up with yourself. So do not deprive yourself, brother and sister, and help yourself while you are still alive. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إن الله هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين وخاتم الأنبياء سيدنا محمد عبد الله ورسوله. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, we would like to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala day and night for the golden opportunity that He has given you to build a masjid in the city of Beaumont. MashaAllah, I heard that you had a big funeral services the other day. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our brother and forgive all his bad deeds. Allahumma ameen. Without your help, we could not have that service. But because you put your hand together, alhamdulillah, that we were able to put this masjid together. I would like to share with you, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من بنى مسجد ولو كمفحص خطوات بني الله له بيتا في الجنة. اللهم اكتب لنا بيتا في الجنة رب العالمين. You know who else made that dua? اكتب لي بنى له بيتا في الجنة الدعاء. امرأة فرعون في سورة التحريم chapter verse 11 رب ابن لي عندك بيتا في الجنة. Allah, that always remember that dua. Especially you assisted and helped building a house of Allah on here. Allahumma yaj'al min mizan hasanatikum ajma'in. Allahumma ameen. Brother and sister, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He told us في سورة البقرة وإذا سألك عبادي عني فإني قريب أجيب دعوة الداعي إذا دعان فليستجيبوا لي وليؤمنوا بي لعلهم يرشدون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He told Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, if my servant asks you about me, tell them I am here. I will respond to them. Always remember, do your dua day and night, because dua, brother and sister, is part of ibadah. It's part of ibadah. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. وقال ربكم ادعوني أستجب لكم. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات. ربنا إننا سمعنا مناديا ينادي للإيمان أن آمنوا بربكم فآمنا. ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. اللهم اعف عنا وعن آبائنا وأمهاتنا من عذاب النار. يا منزل الماء من السماء، يا منزل الماء من السماء، يا مخرج النبات من الأرض، يا من قلت للنار كوني بردا وسلاما على إبراهيم، اعفو عنا وارحمنا وتقبلنا بواسع رحمتك يا رحمن يا رحيم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. يا مجيب الدعاء يا الله، يا مجيب الدعاء يا الله، يا مالك يوم الدين، يا قوي يا عزيز يا جبار. أدخلنا جنة الفردوس الأعلى. اللهم آمين. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم واشكروه على نعمه يزدكم وأقيموا الصلاة إن الصلاة كانت على المؤمنين كتابا موقوتا.
الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. حي على الصلاة، حي على الفلاح. قد قامت الصلاة، قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
استقيموا. صلي صلاة المودة. Focus on your prayer.
يا الله.
You have to have space, one space.
Now keep a distance, brother and sister, from each other, because this is actually the law, and that's why you are allowed to pray here. We have to keep 6 feet apart unless you are family next to each other. Allahu Akbar. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahmanir Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in ihdinas siratal mustaqim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون والذين هم عن اللغو معرضون والذين هم للزكاة فاعلون والذين هم لفروجهم حافظون إلا على أزواجهم أو ما ملكت أيمانهم فإنهم غير ملومين. فمن ابتغى وراء ذلك فأولئك هم العادون والذين هم لأماناتهم وعهدهم راعون والذين هم على صلواتهم يحافظون أولئك هم الوارثون الذين يرثون الفردوس هم فيها خالدون. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ولقد خلقنا الإنسان من سلالة من طين ثم جعلناه نطفة في قرار مكين ثم خلقنا النطفة علقة فخلقنا العلقة مضغة فخلقنا المضغة عظاما فكسونا العظام لحما ثم أنشأناه خلقا آخر فتبارك الله أحسن الخالقين. ثم إنكم بعد ذلك لميتون ثم إنكم يوم القيامة تبعثون. ولقد خلقنا فوقكم 7 طرائق وما كنا عن الخلق غافلين. الله. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم.